desarrollar y únanse a algún proyecto que exista.
If you like graphics, then join one of the projects like Inkscape or GIMP.
Si están interesados en algo gráfico, únanse a algún proyecto de Inkscape.
If you like video, you can join one of the video editors like OpenShot or one of the others.
Si les interesa el video, están video.
OpenShot.
If you like audio, you can join the Audacity project.
Si les gusta el audio, proyecto Audacity.
Or you can work on one of the codecs for doing compression of audio and expansion of audio.
O compresión de audio o expansión de audio con codecs.
At first, you join the project just by looking to see what bugs you can fix.
Cuando se vuelven un proyecto, tratan de ver qué bugs pueden arreglar.
And you learn how to make your software look like the rest of the software in the project.
Y lo que hacen es hacer que su propio software se parezca al resto del software del proyecto.
Over time, you may start making little extensions to the project that are requested by people.
Con el tiempo van a aprender a hacer pequeñas extensiones a ese software que cumpla con otros objetivos de las personas.
And eventually, you might find that the people in the project ask you to join the project as a major developer.
Y con el tiempo van por ahí pueden lograr que se les pida que se unan a ese proyecto para hacer mejoras más grandes.
You send email messages to the mailing list, and you answer questions on the chat, in the chat line.
O mandan consultas al mailing list o responden preguntas en las sesiones de chat.
Eventually, you might ask some of the people on your project for a letter of recommendation.
Y eventualmente pueden pedir una carta de recomendación a la gente trabajando en ese proyecto.
And now you go out to look for that first job.
Y ahora sí salen a buscar ese primer trabajo.
You can show the person the code that you've written.
Le pueden mostrar a la persona cuando buscan trabajo que el código que ustedes escribieron.
You can show them the ideas you had and the interactions that you had on the mailing list.
También se puede mostrar, aparte del código, la interacción que han tenido a través del mailing list o los chats.
Because it's not just about the code you write that people hire you.
Porque no solamente se los contrata por el código que escriben.
It's how well you get along with the other people that you're working with.
También se trata de cómo te llevas con las otras personas con las que trabajas.
It's the type of ideas that you have and the way you have to communicate those ideas to the other people.
Y es la forma que tienen de trabajar con otra gente y cómo comunicar sus ideas a estas otras personas.
These are the types of things that make leadership in programming.
Y es la clase de cosas que aportan al liderazgo.
But you are able to show this prospective employer the things that you did in a real live project.
Y de esa manera se le puede mostrar a un futuro empleador las cosas que hicieron en un proyecto en tiempo real.
And that's worth a lot more than just saying, well, I did this.
Y eso es mucho más valioso que decir, bueno, hice tal cosa.
If you work for a closed source company, you can't show them the source code that you wrote.
Si trabajan para compañías de código cerrado, ese progreso no se puede mostrar.
The company certainly won't let you show them the mailing list.
Seguramente la compañía no les va a permitir compartir esos correos.
And if you start to ask for letters of recommendation from the company that you're working for currently,
Y si piden alguna carta de recomendación de la compañía para la que trabajan,
they'll say, oh, you don't want to work for us anymore? Goodbye.
bueno, no querés trabajar más para nosotros, te dejamos ir.
When Mark Shuttleworth started a project called Ubuntu,
Bueno,
when Mark Shuttleworth started the project called Ubuntu,
When Mark Shuttleworth comenzó a trabajar en un proyecto llamado Ubuntu,
the project was based on Debian.
el proyecto estaba basado en Debian.
He took the entire Debian mailing list and all the Debian source code on a laptop to Antarctica.
Él tomó todo el código y la lista de correos y fue a Antarctica.
He spent 9 months in Antarctica looking at the source code and the mailing list.
Y pasó 9 meses viendo el código y la lista de mails.
He saw which programmers had good ideas, which programmers wrote good code.
y vio cuáles programadores tenían buenas ideas y hacían buen código.
And when he came back from Antarctica, he said, I want you and you and you to come work with me on Ubuntu.
Y cuando volvió a Antártica, señaló a aquellos en los que estaba interesado en trabajar en Ubuntu.
It works.
Funciona.
I had a friend of mine who started a program called Hacker Team.
Tengo un amigo que comenzó un proyecto llamado Hacker Team.
It was to take young people who were in trouble for breaking into systems. It was to take young people who got into trouble breaking into systems.
Y enseñó a chicos que tenían problemas para
The FBI,
entrar en el sistema. Sorry.
the FBI in Brazil would go to arrest somebody who was a hacker.
El FBI en Brasil quería arrestar a alguien que era un hacker.
They would knock at the door of a house and ask for email.
Entraron a la casa y le pidieron los mails.
An email was only 8 years old.
Y solo tenía 8 años.
Email didn't really know what he was doing.
Y mail no sabía lo que estaba haciendo.
He would just go out onto the web and find these hacker scripts and use them to break into people's computers.
Lo que hacía era buscar los pequeños hackers sprints y usarlos para entrar a la computadora de otros.
And once he did that, he would go and tell all of his friends what he did.
Y luego de hacerlo, le contó a todos sus amigos lo que hizo.
And all of his friends would tell their mothers and fathers.
Los amigos le contaron a sus padres.
And the mothers and fathers would call the FBI.
Y los padres llamaron al FBI.
It ruins your whole life, it ruins your whole day when you have to put an 8-year-old in handcuffs.
Te arruina el día cuando tenés que ponerle esposas a un niño de 8 años.
And so they took these 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds to this program called Hacker Team.
Y estos chicos los pusieron en un programa llamado Hacker Team.
Where they actually trained them in how to be security experts.
Y los entrenaron a cómo ser expertos en seguridad.
What, you're teaching these kids about security and how to break into systems?
Les están enseñando a estos chicos seguridad y cómo en realidad entrar en los sistemas.
Yes, because what most of these kids want is recognition for what they're doing.
Sí, porque lo que estos chicos quieren es un reconocimiento por lo que están haciendo.
And they would be taught morals and they would be taught ethics, and they actually became good systems administrators.
Se les enseña conceptos de ética y en realidad se convierten en buenos administradores del sistema.
Now, so far I've been talking about computer science, but we also need to have an improvement in business courses.
Hasta ahora hablamos de computación, pero también necesitamos mejorar en lo que es modelo de negocios.
Managers and business people need to know about open licenses and open development.
Los managers y la gente de negocios necesita saber sobre el open source.
They have to know how to inspire engineers who may never see each other face to face.
Tienen que inspirar a que los ingenieros en realidad no se vean más a las caras.
And we need to teach these people about cyber ethics.
Y tienen que enseñarles acerca de ética cibernética.
So in summary, the use of open source in education allows students to see how the software works and not just what it does.
En resumen, usar open source en educación les permite a los estudiantes saber no solamente cómo funciona, sino también qué es lo que hace el software.
Open source can allow students to collaborate to make the source code better and get a good feeling that they're actually helping projects be better.
Usar el open source también favorece la colaboración y los hace sentir bien sobre lo que están haciendo.
When you use closed source software, you may get a free license from the vendor that allows you to use the software in the university.
Cuando uno compra un software privativo, consigue una licencia para poder usar ese producto en la universidad.
But when you try and use the same software at your work, it's in violation of your license.
Pero si se trata de usar ese mismo software, esa misma licencia en el trabajo, es una violación.
Free software you can use in both places legally.
El free software se puede usar en las dos de manera legal.
This makes the sharing of research information a lot easier.
Y contribuye a compartir esta información, este software.
In 1994, Digital Equipment Corporation did 2 research projects with Windows NT.
En el 94, Digital Equipment Corporation inició 2 proyectos basados en Windows.
We ported Windows XT to a alpha system, which was 64-bit.
Pusieron Windows NT en una computadora con Alpha System.
But we could not distribute the code because Microsoft would not allow us.
Pero no podían distribuir el código porque Microsoft no lo permitía.
Microsoft did not have a true 64-bit system until 11 years later.
Microsoft nunca tuvo un sistema basado en 64 bits hasta 11 años después.
And that system was called Vista.
Y ese sistema se llamó Vista.
We also created a clustering system with Windows NT.
También crearon un sistema clustering con Windows NT.
And we tried to give this to Microsoft also.
Y trataron de dárselo a Microsoft también.
But Microsoft said we have our own clustering system.
Y Microsoft dijo que tenían su propio clustering system.
That was the only time I ever saw 2 computers run slower than one.
La única vez que vi 2 computadoras corriendo más lento que una.
And finally, free software reduces the amount of work that you have to do as a student in a lot of your research.
Usar free software reduce el tiempo que tenés que usar.
So with that, I thank you very much. If there's any questions, I'll try and answer them.
Con esto terminamos. Si hay alguna pregunta, voy a tratar de contestarla.
The questions do not have to be necessarily on the talk. It could be on anything in free software.
Cualquier pregunta relacionada con el software libre.
I got a question, and it would be like, if tomorrow everyone in this room goes and installs Linux, they're going to have a lot of problems regarding the drivers like the graphic drivers and the wireless drivers. And I think your organization, as well as other organizations, could weigh in with constructors to have more capabilities for this. What's your opinion on this?
We have been doing this for a long time, and we have had, we've been dealing with companies like NVIDIA and ATI for a long time, who are people who have closed source firmware for their cards, their graphic cards. And we try and convince them to be completely open on that. I think that Linus Torvalds really said it best recently. He said, NVIDIA? However, I am working with the University of Sao Paulo to have a completely open computer system, what we call a completely blobless computer system, no binary blobs whatsoever. And part of this process was a recognition that you could actually create a GPU out of a field programmable gate array. And we have 2 students who took on that task. And last week, I actually saw the field programmable gate array blobless GPU working. Now, this is going to create a few ripples in the world, okay? And it may well be that some of these companies like NVIDIA and ATI will all of a sudden realize that maybe they should release their source code, because they're going to have some really stiff competition from people that make FPGAs and ASICs. So the way you fix that is by voting with your dollars or your pesos, and you say that you only buy hardware that is truly open. We also have graphics systems like Mesa, which is trying to be a completely open rendition of OpenGL. So we keep moving forward slowly, but I think the first time that a major company that makes GPUs or FPGAs comes up with something that competes with NVIDIA or ATI, that will see the industry change. Wireless cards are a different problem. One of the reasons why some of them closed is because of issues with software radios, and that you could change the frequency of the Wi-Fi by programming it, and a few people were kind of terrified of that. I think Donald Trump would probably try to do that. Fortunately, he doesn't have the capability of doing it, so. But we keep making progress on that. But the biggest thing is to get people to understand the issue around blobs. And it's not just an issue of security. Every time you have a binary blob, you have a problem with perhaps Trojan horses, as one of the speakers was talking about. And you don't know what's in that binary blob. And it could well be that the NSA has put some type of trapdoor in the binary blob that is going to spy on it. Likewise, in things like the BIOS. So again, this is why the university and I are working on this project of a completely blobless computer. And it really is not going to take that much more to create. So we keep working on it, but the real thing is to just put pressure on the vendors to create blobless systems. I don't have any answer for you other than that. Anybody else?
Chicos, mientras le explicamos a Amado que ustedes tienen que ir a recibir sus parciales, que es lo que están esperando con ansia seguramente, les vamos a pedir que tengan la gentileza de darle a Amado el único regalo que le podemos dar. Es una enorme foto grupal con todos ustedes. Les pido que se levanten en sus lugares y se queden de pie. Un segundito, nuestro fotógrafo oficial lo perdí por ahí. Venga, se sube ahí a una sillita y tenemos un segundito más para sacarnos esta foto con Mado que va a ir al centro de la escena. Les agradecemos muchísimo que hayan estado casi 2 horas en este salón disfrutando del conocimiento que Mado ha querido compartir con nosotros. Sabemos que es un libro abierto y están esperando tener la oportunidad de volver a encontrarse con él. Bueno, ciertamente esperamos poder tener la oportunidad de contar con su presencia en esta forma, libre y gratuita, que es la manera en cómo entendemos en el movimiento open source, en el movimiento del conocimiento abierto, que deben hacerse las cosas. El conocimiento compartido nos enriquece a todos. ¿Podés subirte a esa mesa? No te van a caer. ¡Ay, ay, ay! Uno, dos, muy bien. Un aplauso para Mado. Y nos sacamos la foto.